Hi, friend. I'm Michelle Walter, and I am the founder of the Elevation Hub. I am an author, and I am a grief life coach for women who are rebuilding after devastating loss. And I want to start today not with statistics or theories, but with my own story. Because if you're here, you're probably carrying something heavy. And I want you to know that you are not alone. I remember the day I lost him like it was this morning. The world didn't stop. My dog still needed to be walked. The bill still came. The sun still rose. But I did not. I couldn't. Grief isn't just crying in the dark. It's smiling in public and then collapsing in private. It's forgetting how to be a person, how to breathe, how to even dream again. And even after the casseroles stopped coming, after the sympathy cards have gathered dust, I was still drowning. I didn't need another quote about everything happening for a reason or him being in a better place right now. That's not what I needed. I needed someone to help me climb out of the grief gap. That's what I needed. So, what is the grief gap, you ask? Well, it is the invisible disconnect between what society expects of you after loss and what actually happens in your heart after your loss. It's the 3-month work leave you get for a lifetime of love that was lost. It's the awkward silences from friends who just don't know what to say anymore. And it's especially real when you've been grieving for a while and the world says to you that you should be over it. Over it. You should be over it by now. But the truth is, grief does not expire. It just evolves. And some of us even begin grieving before the death even comes. And this is called anticipatory grief. It's what caregivers and spouses experience when they watch someone fade slowly, painfully, and then they're gone. They're gone. And we're left with a silence so loud that it echoes. If we don't talk about these things, if we don't name them, they will fester. And that's what unresolved grief is. It's not grief that's wrong. It's grief that has been abandoned by society, by systems, sometimes even by ourselves. You go through the motions. You show up at work, you parent your kids, you smile at the grocery store, but inside you're still at the moment of impact, just stuck, frozen in time. This is why I created the Elevation Hub and the Grief Reset program, because I don't want you to be stuck anymore. I was there, I've been there, I know how it is, and I don't want you to go through it anymore. The Grief Reset program is a movement forward without guilt. That's what it's about. It's not about getting over it, because I don't believe that you will ever get over grief, but it's about learning how to carry your grief differently, with strength, with purpose, and with tools that actually work. This program was made for a woman like Grace. Women in midlife, women who have done all the right things, but still feel lost after their loss. Women who gave everything to their families, to their partners, and now need to learn how to start giving back to themselves. Inside the program, we will talk about reclaiming your identity outside of widowhood. We all have asked the question in widowhood, who am I now without him? Who am I now that I'm not his missus? We talk about building a new normal that honors your past without keeping you stuck in it. Creating grief rituals that allow you to have joy, sorrow, coexist. Because once we learn how to do that, that is a huge step forward in the grief journey, in the healing journey. And most importantly, finding peace in this journey without feeling like you're betraying your loved one. Healing is not a betrayal. Now, if you have been following recent conversations online about grief, like Anderson Cooper has a podcast, All There Is, and Oprah Winfrey's, what's it called? The Super Soul Special on healing grief. So if you're, up on grief topics, you know that people are finally, and I use that word so strongly, finally starting to talk about loss in real terms. No platitudes, no cliches, but the raw human truth about it. And here's what I know for sure. You are not broken when you're grieving. You're breaking open because you're evolving into a new you, into a new chapter of your life. There is life after loss, and I am living, breathing proof. It's not the same life, but it's still a life that can be filled with meaning, with joy, and connection. So if you're sitting there nodding your head right now, or maybe even crying quietly as you listen to this, this is your invitation to reset and to rise. So if you visit my website, elevateandempowerinc.com, you can learn more about the Grief Reset program. Let's get you into a community that gets it, a community that sees you, a community that will walk with you during this journey, because this is not the end of your story, my love. This is not the end of your story. It is a powerful new chapter, one that you don't have to just survive, one that you will thrive and you will elevate.